Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Meet Mercedes Digital. Today is a very special episode because we are here to celebrate a birthday, the 25th birthday to be exact, of a vehicle that has become an integral part of the commercial transportation landscape. The Mercedes-Benz Sprinter is 25. And even when it first rolled off the assembly line back in 1995, Mercedes-Benz vans already had a 40-year history. So why don't we start out by taking a minute to have a look at the colorful past of this very beloved vehicle. And those were just a few impressions of Mercedes-Benz Sprinter history. Of course, we would like to know a lot more today. That's why I have guests that are very familiar with Mercedes-Benz vans. And my first guest has been involved with the Sprinter for quite some time now. He has been in charge of marketing for over 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm welcome for Norbert Kunz. Hi there.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hey. Join me, step right
Thank
up,
you.
Get comfy, give me that safety handshake. All right, there we go. Nice to see you. How are you today?
Fine, you?
I'm fine, and I'm excited about a pretty special day today. And I guess that the vehicle we're talking about does have quite the story to tell, doesn't it?
Yes, of course. The Sprinter and the predecessors have very many stories to tell.
How did it all begin?
This one is the first model to carry the name Sprinter you have seen right now, but the roots run deeper. Let's go back 40 years before the Sprinter came out.
Sure.
1955, the world was divided, rock and roll moved the people, and the German economic miracle begun. And the L319 started its career. A diesel engine from our passenger car colleagues out of the 180D with 43 horsepower had to pull a GVW of 3.6 tons.
All right, so what comes next? What happened after that?
12 years later, in 67, the L309 was launched. Flower power, long hair, bell bottoms, and peace signs, some of the things I remember. The nickname of this one was Düsseldorfer because it was produced in Düsseldorf, like the Sprinter today is still produced there.
And after the Düsseldorfer actually came the predecessor to the Sprinter we know today, right?
Yeah, that's the T1. He arrived in 77 with the disco area. Perhaps the Bee Gees have used them as a tour bus. The nickname was Bremer. Any idea why?
Because it was built in the beautiful city of Bremen, I'm sure.
Correct. The safety increased to many standard things like disc brakes in the front. Later options like AC and ABS became available. So it was a big step forward in all this commercial vehicle applications.
And the cool part is that this vehicle is one that you will still see on the streets every now and then, right? Still, today.
Yes, it was very popular. So it has many second life cycles due to the many variants it has. So you still see them today. Sometimes they are converted to campers and have a second or third life cycle, and perhaps even they have a disco ball inside to make it much more fancy for the users.
Haven't we all dreamed of that? A disco ball in a van. Well, some of
Could
us,
be,
I have.
yeah.
So Norbert, but anyhow, let's move away from the disco ball. Let's move from disco to the 90s to the grunge era, so to speak, musically. That's the year our star was born, the star that everything is about in this episode, the Sprinter. And it was 1995, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, it's celebrating its 25th birthday this year. And this vehicle defined an entire vehicle segment and also was the founding of our van division.
The founding of the van division, and I'm sure that you and I, in our year of 25, were still very young, very inexperienced, but you could not say the same for the Sprinter, could you?
No, I think it was different. The development was a big milestone, so we now have sold more than 4 million Sprinters all over the world in more than 130 countries till today. So you see the Sprinter all over the world if you travel around.
It's true. When you're traveling, you can see the Sprinter globally, and it's very popular. Why is that so? Where does the huge success story come from?
So we put all our expertise into this vehicle and all our know-how. We try to get in close cooperation with our customers so that we can meet all their requirements. Using this target, we have been able to establish a worldwide model for transportation based on safety, efficiency, and flexibility.
Would you like to share some examples for that before we move on to the next generation?
Yes, for sure. It's very important that our Sprinter is very close to our passenger cars. So it was the first van with 4 disc brakes, ABS and airbags and so on. And its common rail diesel engine had a good acceleration, a low fuel consumption, and so it was very comfortable to drive for our customers.
All right, and then what came up for your customers was the second generation, so to speak. And we all remember that very well here in Germany because that was 2006. That was the year that we hosted the FIFA World Cup. So how did the Sprinter then develop and improve even more in the year 2006?
It was a great year, as you mentioned. Many driver assistance systems made our Sprinter more attractive, safer, and underlined its position as key player in the large van segment. ESP is now load adaptive, recognizing size and position of the payload. 2013, with the Sprinter facelift, further safety and assistance systems came to our van segment directly from our cars. We adapted crosswind, collision prevention, and blind spot assist, to mention only some of them.
Right, Norbert. And we are going to stick to those safety topics because you know what they say, a picture says more than 1,000 words. So Norbert, if that is true, then a video must be worth at least 1,000,000 words, right? Let's take a look at some of those safety features just mentioned that the new Sprinter has to offer. All right, and it looks pretty much like the Sprinter offers drivers just about every safety feature you have to offer. Is that so, Norbert?
Yes, safety is in the DNA of Mercedes and therefore also in the Sprinter. All systems support the driver in city traffic, country roads, or on motorways.
What else would you consider very unique about the Sprinter?
The new level of connectivity. Our infotainment system, MBUX, which is directly taken over from the A-Class in our new Sprinter, is one of our main highlights. So, Hey Mercedes is brand new for large van business.
When I ask you something really difficult, then it would be to describe the Sprinter using just one word. Can you actually do that?
It's versatility.
Versatility, and why?
The Sprinter is easily adaptable, has high load capacity, and fits to every business. So some examples for this, we have totally different use profiles. You have customers who drive only 6,000 kilometers a year, other customers drive 300,000. So the spread is unique. And the same is if you look at the aspect entry and leaving the vehicle, we have customers who do it 5 times a day and others do it 150 times a day.
Right.
So it's totally different. And the Sprinter is adaptable for all kinds of business. In some applications, we need the support of the bodybuilders, but these over 1,000 variants we can deliver directly from the factory are the best base for all kinds of conversions and upfits.
And so you're able to adapt to all of your customers' needs, and of course you stay very diverse doing so. Diversity also applies to the drivetrains themselves though, right?
Yes, for sure. We have front-wheel drive, a rear-wheel drive, and a 4x4. So everything you need is available on the Sprinter.
All right, and we're going to stick to that right there. Drivetrains is actually the key word right now because they are becoming more and more important, especially in terms of sustainability. And Ola Kalenius, he spoke a lot about just that topic when he was on our very first episode. And the new Sprinter is also making a big contribution. Let's check it out. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have now moved into the future with the e-Sprinter. Our second guest can tell us a lot more about it. Here comes head of eDrive at Vans, Benjamin Kehler. There you are.
Hi, Norbert.
Nice to see you. Should we do this too? All right.
Hi, Jasmine.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Now, besides the fact, Benjamin, that the e-Sprinter is obviously an electric drive vehicle, what else is special about it? What are the special features?
Well, the main advantage is there are no big differences between the Sprinter and the e-Sprinter, except for the drivetrain. So if you've driven the Sprinter before, switching to the e-Sprinter is more than easy. The e-Sprinter combines 25 years of Sprinter experience with our completely newly developed electric drivetrain. And it is even built on the same assembly line. We can build either high volumes and we can switch between different powertrains anytime. We're able to react flexibly to developments, market requirements, and demand.
And we've heard a lot about how flexibility is very essential. Norbert was also telling us how customers are put in the center of attention, main focus being on them. Does that also apply to the e-Sprinter as well?
The e-Sprinter is our second commercial electric model after the e-Vito. The e-Sprinter continues the electrification of our Mercedes-Benz Vans portfolio, and it puts the customer at the center of our activities. You can deliver goods, drive to construction sites, or do service work without local emissions. It is an important contribution to protecting our climate. But our service offer goes much further.
Okay, intriguing. Tell me more, please.
Well, our eDrive ecosystem, it helps with the planning and establishment of an electric fleet and charging infrastructure. Our apps and tools allow customers to analyze routes, calculate costs, and support fleet managers in operations of their fleet. In this way, they can gain full transparency to whether an electric vehicle is right for their needs or not.
So again, it's also about giving customers lots of flexibility. How do you do that?
Yes, our flexible battery concept allows adaptation to individual requirements. So we offer 2 different battery options with 2 different ranges and 2 different payloads. Flexibility is also provided by our integrated quick charging function. It allows charging from 10 to 80% in just 25 minutes. Energy recuperation is also made flexible by providing 4 recuperation levels. The eSprinter has a maximum range of more than 160 kilometers and meets the demand of typical urban environments. More exciting news to come.
All right, and you heard the man. Thank you so much, Benjamin. More exciting news to come, and it's going to come right here. I think this all-electric van here has, though, already done its work. I've heard that you have brought along a whole load of refreshments, and I've already told the entire crew, so we're looking forward. I hope that's true, Benjamin.
Absolutely. A toast to 25 years of the Sprinter with everyone here and later with our team.
All right, a toast with water, of course, today, right?
Of course, it's all about safety.
Okay, so safety first, and we're going to toast with water. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Benjamin, and thank you, Norbert. That brings us to the end of our exciting trip through time and to the end of this episode. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. Stay safe. Until then, cheers. Happy birthday.